versus the forces of evil. That's right, it's about to get weird. I'm from another dimension! I don't remember this series having much of a strong start, but as the show went on, it began to find its identity, and its fandom. Created by Darren Nefsey, she is the second woman to create an animated series for Disney television, after Sue Rose, the creator of Pepper Ann, all the way back in 1997. I'm watching you, Disney TV. Darren's past work also includes storyboarding for shows like Wander Over Yonder and Monster and Robot. I don't watch it, but my live-action Starscream sure is into it. I eventually began hearing about Starverse more and more and decided, why not? Sounds cool. Star vs. the Forces of Evil is a standout series, but the first episode of the show was not particularly grabbing to me. It wasn't until I saw the season premiere that I was like, just give it another roll. The show is about a princess named Star Butterfly who lives in the magic land of Maui. Maui? Who is sent to Earth because fire. She set everything on fire. There's a fire. Everything is on fire!
Great balls of fire!
And she fights monsters, of course, and tames wild unicorns, which is awesome. Was that good? Was that enough of an explanation? Because the one in the show has about the same pace. The setup itself is actually pretty good. It gives you everything you need for the first part of the setup to work effectively. But my biggest problem with this is the entire episode, or short, there's actually 2 stories in this episode, and there's the problem. The entire episode keeps this incredibly fast-paced, and I mean it's to the point where everyone is just announcing their characters and quirks to the audience, without showing them in a more natural kind of way.
I need a responsible, never-take-chances type to keep an eye on her.
One who voted me safest kid.
Thanks for showing me around, safe kid.
The idea, I'm so safe. Oh, broken glass.
And he's the safe kid. He's not wanting to step on broken glass. I guess, heck, I'm a safe kid. I don't want to step on broken glass. Also, Star, is that kid dead? Did you just kill that kid? I don't know. This is danger or murder. Let's just move on. I think for setting up your show, you're always best trying to utilize as much time as you can for building up your world and characters. Unless the plot is fairly just that simple, or you want to go SU style and just develop everything in a controlled pace through the episodes themselves. That could work. There's no just one way. But this isn't that, though. But maybe they had to. Maybe it was a pilot or short or something. I really don't know. I know some shows can start out as shorts on networks. The other story on the runtime isn't all that gripping either. We do get a sense of how this world works and the other dimensions in this universe, but again, for being our first exposure to this series, at least for me, I didn't feel much compulsion to watch more after this. Until... Dun, 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 dun. The series really does start to take off in those later episodes. The villains, the main characters, the creative ideas, they really do start to bloom. But let's start with taking a look at the villains. You've got Ludo and his band of monsters who try to steal Star's wand and take over the universe. He's the small, insecure comedy villain that's fun to watch. The other notable villain from the show is Buff Frog, who really shines in Season 2 with his baby adventures. And am I the only one who hears Butt Frog instead of Buff Frog every time? It's even hard just to say his name in this review. I can't stop laughing. And the last villain of note is Toffee, sometimes called the real antagonist of the show, but there can be 2, I suppose. The character Toffee is manipulative, threateningly elegant, and a dangerous schemer. Toffee is one of my favorite parts of Season 1. He drops in at about Episode 8, just in time for the Season 1 finale. Oh, and what a finale it was! Alright, so let's get to our mains. Star is a great main character. She's fun, she's tough, she's got a great voice actor, Eden Shear. Man, does she bring some great deliveries and energy to this character.
I guess it's not that bad. I can slide sandwiches under the door, bring you your homework. Life could be good for you.
Ooh, that girl.
Watching Star learning how to be Queen of Maui one day is actually pretty interesting, especially with some of the interactions with her parents. Her father and mother seem to have very different relationships with her. And the show really does have good reasons for it. But the relationship with Star and her mother is the more fascinating one. As far as I'm aware, Season 2 hasn't ended quite yet, and some questions about Maui and Star's parents haven't been answered. The next main character is Marco, the safe kid. He is Star's Earth friend and enjoys karate! And he's got some Mexican heritage, too. He's also pretty much the straight man and kinda naggy? At least that's what I'd call it. I do know If Marco Star doesn't happen, we are looking at a fan apocalypse, the likes of which we have never seen!
Seriously, Marco, that's getting annoying.
Actually, he's right.
Yeah, but I guess I don't really care that much, though. Not a big Marco fan. Don't get me wrong, he has his moments overall and is helpful to Star when fighting, but I can usually skip past some Marco episodes. They actually do bring a new character in Season 2 named Jana, who I actually like maybe just a little bit more. Just a lot, maybe a lot more. She just seems to enjoy Star's craziness and magic more than Marco does. The show does sometimes go to these dark ideas and jokes, and I honestly do enjoy the dark humor the show can bring sometimes.
Car.
They're not dead.
In Season 2, we don't quite have Toffee per se. At least not in the flesh, but maybe in the bones. My favorite episodes are Ludo faring his way in the harsh wilderness. At first, I was a little uncomfortable with this pathetic baby-sized creature just being exposed to the harshest of conditions and treatments of Mother Nature, but that only made it that much more satisfying to have him climb his way back up with the spider and eagle now at his service. A pretty good standout episode from Season 2 is Episode 12, Into the Wand. And I love that it's right after the episode where we see that the creatures Star shoots out are actually sentient and, live and have families inside the wands. Yeah.
Oh! Okay, don't panic. I got the stain remover. You go start the car.
They're not dead.
Yeah, it's great. Star's wand is malfunctioning, and she is told through old magical mentor she has to go inside and find the thing that doesn't belong, as everything is connected to her memories. I really do like dreamlike visuals and logic. As Star goes into her memories, she finds the longer she stays, the more duplicates of her present experience she creates, and the more possibility of them taking her place.
Wait a minute. Why are there two of us here? Didn't Glossaric tell you? If you're inside your wand too long, all your new memories become your old memories, until eventually your current timeline is overwritten by the future versions of yourself, like me. Star Butterfly. Wait, so you're gonna replace me? Yeah, but don't worry. You'll never know the difference.
And that's not even the highlight of the episode. Nope, that spot goes to the grandma room.
Oh, great-great-grandma Shy. That means this is Mom's tapestry. My mom fought Toffee?
The show has quite a few episodes I enjoy, but I think this one might just be my favorite.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Stay out of my timeline.
Now, these episodes are split into 10 minutes each, and Into the One is the first story. The next one is Pizza Thing. I also picked this episode to get across how much the show can really vary like this. It's kind of hard to watch Ponyhead and Marco mess around on Earth after watching a bombshell like Into the Wand.
Actually, the thing is, it's the mushrooms. There aren't as many mushrooms as there usually are.
I know it's a comedy show and you gotta keep it light for the kids a little bit, but it's just hard to go from Queens of Mui, my mom's secretly a badass, to Marco's Pizza Dilemmas.
Not as many mushrooms. Let me see it.
It's not a big deal at all.
Okay. 1, 2.
Hard for me, at least. As of now, Season 3 of Star vs. the Forces of Evil has been confirmed, and I am definitely going to watch it. Especially for the episodes that really do hit bullseye. When all said and done, there's a lot to enjoy here, even if the first episode had a rocky start. I'm glad this show is doing well. I'm glad I watched it, and I do recommend that others maybe give it a chance too.
I'm really thinking I could call this place home.
Live action Starscream, what are we reviewing next? Well, if that's not obvious foreshadowing, I don't know what is.
I'm fast enough anyway.
Catfish! Shut up, that's totally what's happening!